Hey everyone, welcome to the latest edition of Alpha 101. Today we're joined by none other than point guard Jackson Stubbins from the Manawatu Jets. Hey man, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, Mike? Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. So the news yesterday is that the MBL is going to be starting on June 23rd, isn't it?
Yep, I'm pretty sure. Is that what it is? June 23rd? Yeah,
I I think it is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you guys are going to be like doing 3 games a week instead of the usual one, eh? For 6 weeks.
Yep, so 6 weeks up in Auckland, 3 games a week. I think there's 14 games each team plus playoffs, so maybe another two or three, depending on
Mm.
how far you get. So yeah,
How's
pretty
that?
condensed season.
Yeah, how are you gonna get used to that? Because it's a big difference between playing 1 game to 3 games.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially with such short lead-up time. So at the
Mm.
moment, a couple of guys in town have started getting some scrimmages going, which is good for our fitness and cardio and everything. But obviously, it's nothing like playing an actual game, so it's going to be tough.
When does training camp start for you guys?
Well,
Or
you see, it's a bit weird. So you get drafted to a team. I'm not sure when that will
Mhm.
happen. I think it's maybe in about a month. But before that, you can obviously start scrimmaging. So that's just on your own to a 4-day camp right before the tournament or the season starts up in Auckland with that team. So, for example, if like the Wellington Saints, obviously they don't have a team. So if you have like maybe Dane Samuels or Jordan Nate playing in the league, they'll play for like
Mhm.
Auckland.
Mhm.
But obviously they can't train with them right now, like on the lead up. So they'll get that 4 days with the team, so maybe get through some sets and everything. But it's going to be tough.
So let me know if I got this right. You don't know what team you're gonna be on, and you don't know who your teammates are gonna be.
Yeah, well, at the moment you can like pre-select, so you can talk to coaches like the Jets guy, Tim McTamney, and we can like come to an agreement of like because there's positioning, so 1 to 10,
Hmm.
so like rankings, and each ranking is worth a different amount. So you can talk to
Okay.
the team and like negotiate with them, and then you can sign pre-draft. But if you just put your name in the draft, then you just go to any team.
Oh, that's really weird. Is that just for
Yeah,
this one-off, or is this gonna be something you think it's gonna
nah,
happen?
nah,
No.
yeah, that's just one off. Just one off, yeah. It's quite good though because it makes it like even. Like they've
Mm.
set out rules where the top, I think it's going to be the top 18 players, like picked by an independent panel. They each team has to have three of them, so it's going to be even
Okay.
out. But I think there's 7 teams now, so it might go to 21 or it might just go to 14, where it's just two. But yeah,
So how are players and coaches and the rest of the organizations handling it? Do they like this system,
yeah,
or has it been met with resistance a little bit?
yeah, for sure. There's definitely teams and players that don't like the idea.
Hmm.
Obviously, you've got the Saints pulled out, Hawks, and so did the Sharks, and they're the three top teams from last year. So
Hmm.
it's going to be pretty detrimental to the league if you don't have those top guys there. The quality is obviously going to drop, especially if it's on TV. Um, so yeah, it's I don't know. It's a difficult situation, but it's going to be interesting if those players actually end up playing, but having to play for another team. But,
Okay.
mm.
It's actually I don't know too much about the NBL. Is it? So I know it's a semi-professional league. So you guys are full time, but you guys don't get paid full time, right? Is that how
Yeah,
it goes?
yeah, it's not full time. It's only well, you start pre-season probably middle of Jan,
Hmm.
start of Feb, and then it goes to middle of July. Finals are in the middle of July, so it's only really about 4 or 5 months of actual working. And
Hmm.
yeah, some players don't get paid. Some get paid quite a bit. Like
Okay.
the top guys I know would be on 40K maybe. The top guys in the league.
Hmm.
And then there's obviously the middle guys like
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
So do teams actually have control over you, like like in the States, kind of where if you're with them, then you can't like say like you were talking about the Saints players
Mm,
who are and the Saints obviously are not in the season, so they can
yeah.
actually still play for another team for this upcoming season.
Yeah, so for this season, because of the
Mhm.
whole coronavirus,
Mm.
everyone's contracts just got voided, so they're not
Okay.
entitled to anyone. So yeah, and people only really sign 1 year deals here anyway. So
Okay.
you're pretty much a free agent whenever you want to be.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So your NBL career started with the Taranaki Mountain Airs, right? That was your first
yeah,
season?
yeah,
And then you played 2 years for the Saints. Can you talk about
yeah,
your early years, your first 3 years with those two teams?
yeah. In Taranaki, I was with Ross McMains. We had a pretty
Hmm.
nice team. He's obviously Tall Blacks assistant coach, and he's coached G League, and he's worked privately with some of the top players. I think he did Clay Thompson's pre-draft workout,
Oh, really?
and he's just
Okay.
yeah, he's real smart, bro. He's like, I reckon he's the best coach in New Zealand, personally. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I learned heaps up there from him, and we had a team that was pretty good. Almost made the playoffs, which was pretty good for Taranaki, coming off a 0-18 year previously.
Yeah, you
So
guys missed it by one game, wasn't it?
yeah, we missed by one game, but yeah, we would have made it as well if our starting point guard didn't get suspended. He got suspended for 5 games in the
Okay.
crunch time of the season, which was pretty tough. But then
Yeah.
moved down to Wellington with KB and Zico. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, that was an enjoyable time. Got to play against or train against a lot of really good players like Corey Webster, Ty Wesley,
Hmm.
uh, Jordan Natai, Shea Illy, obviously. So yeah, it was real good for my personal development.
Hmm.
Just being able to go up against those top guys every day.
Was it? So you're quite still young at that point, or I mean, you're still quite young, but I mean,
Yeah.
but how old were you when you were with the Saints?
I would have been 20, 22, 23, I think.
Okay. So that was
Yeah.
more for. So I assume you're probably a backup, and you're more doing like a
Yeah, yeah.
development part of it. Okay.
Yeah. I was definitely a backup. Only averaged maybe 5, 7 minutes a game.
Okay.
But yeah, up in Taranaki, I was getting a little bit more just because the team wasn't as stacked.
Hmm.
Which was actually like a real good situation for me. Um, but yeah, then I moved to Manawatu just because I wanted to try and branch out a little bit more, get a little bit more playing time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, so the thing about Manawatu is they were actually one of the founding MBL teams, which is pretty cool. But they seem
yeah,
to have been a franchise that struggled quite a bit. I
mm,
think they've only made the playoffs maybe a couple times since the last 15 years. They may only
yeah,
made the finals once in '92. I think they lost to Canterbury. They did win the CBL when that was around back in '88. And last
yeah,
season, you guys struggled. I think was it 2 wins, 2-16 was it? Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you feel like you guys need to do to improve, and how to get this franchise back into winning ways?
Yeah. Personally, I think it just starts with the culture and like
Hmm.
last year. I don't know about the year before that. I wasn't there, but I know the culture wasn't where it should be, especially coming from the Saints. Like they run everything so professionally, and everyone's there to work and get better and be a good teammate. But in Manawatu, you can just tell that there's a massive drop off. Um,
Hmm.
they obviously have a lot of young kids who probably haven't experienced um, being in a successful team or a good team before. So yeah, I think it starts with the culture and just going from there. But obviously they are low on their budget, which is another big challenge for them. But it'll be really
Hmm.
good to see sponsors get on, so we can pick up maybe one or two of those real high level New Zealand players, and then I think that will make everything better because it will just drip down to all the younger guys, and they'll realize what it takes to be successful and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Jets have been in and out of the league, right, the last several years because
Yeah,
of finances, or is it?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
financial.
All
Yeah,
right. And now Sal's, you guys got Sal's for this is the first year for Sal's Pizza to be sponsoring NBL. Is it? They're sponsoring, or is it just?
I think it might be the second or third year now.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were definitely there when I was last year. They were definitely there last year.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hopefully that's been a big boon for the league, or
Yeah, I think well, when you hear reports it sounds like they're doing well, like especially with that and the broadcasting stuff, but you
Mhm.
never really know because they're not really that transparent with the players and stuff like that. And that's
Okay.
one of the main issues that the players are having about this league is the league, the general manager and whoever's in charge, the admin side, they're not really communicating with the players and letting them have their opinions and stuff.
Yeah, uh, that's one thing I can't understand, because obviously I run Alpha and I try to be as
Yeah,
communicative and transparent as possible because I think that is
yeah,
such an important aspect of a
mm,
relationship in sports and
yeah,
between a coach, a player, general manager, coach, general manager,
mm,
players, and it just rolls on. And just don't, some people maybe just don't get it, how important
yeah.
that
I know.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the most
Um,
important.
yeah. Well,
Mm.
so overall, what has your experience been at the MBL so far?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I think I've got better over the years. Um,
Hmm.
but personally, like people look at the NBL like it's cool as and like you want to be an NBL player and stuff. But
Hmm.
I honestly enjoyed like my high school career better than playing at that professional level, just because you're around your mates all the time. Like
Hmm.
you can build friendships at NBL, but like the mates that you hang out with every single day, like they're a little bit closer to you, and you just feel a little bit more of sense of pride of wanting to play with them and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's a good segue, man, because now we can talk about your growing up. So can you
Oh
tell
yeah,
me a little bit? Can you tell me a little bit like how basketball entered your life? Because I always find it's an interesting question for me because everyone has a unique story how they got
yeah.
introduced to basketball or how basketball was introduced to them. So how did basketball come into your life?
Yeah, it's just my family really. My mum used to play; she's pretty good, and then
Hmm.
my two sisters. Always, me and my brother grew up just watching them play at high school and stuff like that, and they were pretty good as well. So it just pretty much ran in the family, and just wanted to get involved with it.
And
Mm.
you and your brother are twins, eh?
Yeah, twins.
So who's older and by how many minutes?
Yeah, I'm older by 2 minutes,
3 minutes.
but
All right.
he's obviously been eating a bit more than me. So
He's a baller.
yeah,
He's a basketball player. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He doesn't really take it that serious though. Like he's into the weight room and like
Hmm.
personal training and stuff like that. So he goes hard with that. I think he cares a little bit more about that training stuff than he does basketball. But he's obviously really good at basketball. So
Did you
he's
guys grow
fine.
up playing basketball together?
Yeah. Whole life. Yeah. Started
Oh,
at
really? Okay.
primary. Yeah. Every single team. Yeah, we even got a chance to play
Yeah.
NBL together, which was awesome. So yeah.
When was this?
This was 2017, first year that I was with the
Oh,
Saints.
okay. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. All right.
yeah. He played a few games and then he just dropped out. So,
All right. You guys
which a
competitive
lot
with
of
each other?
players do. Uh yeah, we're competitive, but we obviously want what's best for each other as well. So, yeah,
I'm finding like I'm talking to a lot of basketball players in these interviews, and obviously they have some of them like brothers and stuff like the Stevens, and
yeah,
it's totally weird that a lot of you Kiwis don't have that like fierce competition amongst you guys. Like
yeah,
as in
yeah,
America, it's ruthless between siblings, man, and it's like
yeah,
you guys are really chill. All right,
yeah.
it's yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool, but do you guys drive each other hard in terms of wanting to best one another and you know and obviously you
I
want the best
mean,
for each other, of course, but
yeah. Like when we play one on one at home, we just go at each other like nothing personal, just wanting to win. But
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to go like to that next level where you end up like fighting and stuff because it's not really what you want to do with your brother,
Yeah.
Especially
So
when
I
you're
think
littler than,
what was that?
especially when you're half his size. It's not good for me.
Well, the first time I saw you play was last year at Alpha. you joined Fuki Slam at the last half of the winter season, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually quite impressed because you remind me of more of the old style of basketball, the point guard way of playing basketball. Now it's more of point guards looking to score and score first
Mm.
mentality. Where, as when I grew up, it was point guards were kind of like an extension of the coach on the court, being the floor
Yeah.
general, distributing, making teammates better, and stuff like that. And
Mm.
it's actually quite refreshing to see someone such as you who seems to have a team first, pass first mentality rather than score. And it's not to say that you can't score or don't want to score, but I think to me it says a lot more to a point guard that is willing to do that, to make sacrifices
Mm.
on his game to help boost up
Yeah.
his teammates. And I think that was, and obviously you have the offensive acumen and you have a great passing ability as well. And if someone had to describe your game, how would you describe it to them if they'd never seen you play before?
Yeah, I just like to play in transition, really. Obviously,
Mm,
at my size, it's a little bit harder when you get into the half court. So every time I get the ball, I'm trying to push it and kick the ball ahead.
mm,
But yeah, it's mainly about trying to get other guys involved. I really don't like point guards that just come up and jack it. Like, that's
mm.
not fun for anyone, especially when you're the guy with the ball 50%
Yeah.
of the time. Like, and that's just when teammates just turn off to you and don't want to play with you. So I'm lucky to have some great coaches in my past. Seth Weekly, he was a New Zealand rep coach. George Leafa, Zico Coronel, and now Tim McTamney, who have all taught me about how a point guard, in their eyes, should play the game. And it's
Mm-hmm.
never been about scoring first or getting your own. It's about getting everyone involved and just playing the right way, really.
Is, was there anyone in terms of professional players that influenced you to play that style, or was that just something that's always come naturally to you?
Uh, Steve Nash is one that
Okay.
I've looked up to for ages. Just because like his sort of size as well is like pretty similar to me.
Mm.
And he obviously likes to get his teammates involved and stuff like that. But it'll be probably him. People have talked and said that I kind of remind them of John Stockton, but I haven't really got to watch him play much. But yeah, that's probably just off the build as well. And then Rondo is another one that I
Okay.
quite like. Yeah, just because he's a
Well, see,
pest as well.
yeah. Well, the thing about Rondo though is, I think that what separates like people like you from Rondo and Stockton from Rondo is you guys can actually score.
Yeah,
Rondo, I mean, because I'm a Celtic fan, that's my hometown team, and I saw him basically throughout the beginning of his career, and it just like he couldn't score even if he wanted to. I mean, obviously he could, but not in a way
yeah,
that could change the game. And
yeah.
he was often reluctant to do that because he knew his percentages weren't that great. But and you actually do kind of look like John Stockton a little bit. I don't know how much have you seen of him, but
Nah,
uh,
nah, yeah. I don't know if I can score though. I think I just have some good teammates that give me good looks.
you don't think you can score? Come on now. I've seen you play in Alpha
Yeah,
though. I mean,
yeah. Sometimes depends who we're playing. Not the
no,
raw
so
dogs.
oh, you scored. I remember you played one game against them this past this current season, and you scored about
Yeah,
14 points. And
yeah.
that's the only time I've ever
And
seen you get
then,
a little heated too.
oh, geez, you mustn't have seen me much then.
All right. How did you actually get into Alpha? Like, what got you into
Yeah.
Fuki Slam? What happened on there?
Uh, when was the winter season? Was that after NBL?
Yeah, I think it started in September or something,
Yeah,
like July or
I
September
think
or
it did.
something.
Yeah, so I was just came back home to Wellington and just wanted to play really, and then
Hmm.
I hit up my boss Damien Icinacio
Hmm.
at Capital Basketball, and he just said to come down and play. So that was pretty much it, really.
That was a pretty good team, though, eh? You guys were stacked.
Yeah, we had a good team, mate. We had Isaac. We
Mm.
had Dane come in late.
Yeah, because Isaac
Damien,
left and then
obviously.
Kane came. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then Chris, Ethan. Did we have Ethan? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we
you
had
do.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pretty stacked team. Just a shame that we didn't turn up for quarterfinals.
Did you turn up? Were you one of the ones that did turn up?
I turned up. Yeah,
Oh,
we
did you?
only
All
had
right.
4 though. I think we had
Yeah.
4. Yeah, it's
All
tough.
right. Well, how do you feel about the current state of basketball in New Zealand right now?
Yeah, I think it's improving. Obviously, it's growing a lot. But I think there's a gap between just the coaching side. Like, I feel like there's coaches out there who are just doing drills and like all this stuff, but they're not really thinking about the game and like what's
Mm-hmm.
needed to go to that next level. They're
Mm-hmm.
sort of like putting themselves in a little fish pond and not like all these kids at rep level where it's just so much bigger than that. And it's not even basketball either. It's off the court in your career, because
Mm.
at the end of the day, you probably only get about 1%, maybe 2% of players coming out of high school even play NBL really.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the money's not that great either. So it's more about setting them up for life than basketball.
And how do you feel that can change?
I just think the top coaches need to be getting out there a little bit more, running clinics. Associations probably need to become a little bit more professional in
Mm-hmm.
terms of commercially. They obviously are always struggling. They're not getting that backing from businesses or wherever they get their money from. So I think it's about that and getting people in there that actually know what they're talking about, and then bringing some young people through. Really, I just think there's too many older generation just still there that are not adapting to the way the game's played now. Like,
Oh, really?
they're still
Okay.
playing 3 out, 2 in, when basketball's not really like that. It's 4 out, 1 in max, and then usually 5 out. So yeah, I think it just needs a younger group of players to just come in and teach the young kids.
Do you see amongst the younger crowd, do you see that happening? Do you see them wanting to actually come in and start changing the way things are, or
Yeah, I think at the moment they're just pushed back because everyone's been in there for so long, and they know that even if they put their name in, they won't get a chance.
yeah.
But I think if the more young people get out there and actually give it a go, the more support they're going to get from other young people. And then because I know a lot of guys that are good coaches, but they've just never really been given an opportunity to go and do it.
It's always about politics, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so what's this about Splash Brothers I hear? Can you tell anyone who doesn't know a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's just a little basketball program that I've started up in the hut, mainly for kids between 12 and I think my oldest one's maybe 20. So it's just Saturday morning trainings at the moment. Small groups, just 6 players, because I think it's a little bit more intimate and more opportunity to teach and get them to pick up things. So I keep the groups just to 6, and then just working on our game really.
Is it more like technical stuff?
Yeah, it's like I have a lot of guards, so it's mainly the guard work, how to operate on balls and stuff, how to make reads, making sure you can pass with both hands, every type of pass, pocket pass, hook pass, behind the back pass, whatever it is. So it's mainly guard skills, getting a lot of shots in, because that's probably the most important thing, is being able to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How's that going so far?
Yeah, it's going good. I started in January with a summer program. Really? Yeah, I think at the summer program, I probably had overall about 40 kids, which was awesome. Just for starting out. And then, just this COVID situation's obviously been a hassle with term 1. So hoping to get started sometime in June and then get back into it.
Is it both you and your brother, or is it just you, or who's also involved?
My brother's involved as well.
That's cool.
At the moment, he doesn't come on Saturdays just because he has some stuff with work on Saturday, but he was there at the summer program. It's awesome. So hopefully he can be involved a little bit more.
So where can they find you at if people want to look into Splash Brothers?
Yeah, just Splash Brothers Basketball on either Instagram or Facebook.
That's cool.
That's all I
So
got at them.
that's all right. So are we going to see you again at Alpha this season, or is it the new season,
Yeah.
the NBL season, going to stop you from doing that?
I'm hoping so. I think it's, when did you say it starts back up?
June 23rd.
Is that when it starts up?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I saw on the news yesterday.
No, not NBL. Sorry, Alpha.
Oh, Alpha, man. Right now we're aiming for June 7th. Obviously, that's dependent on what the government says 5 days from now. If they keep the 10 people restriction, then we can't go ahead. But if they do away with that, then that's when we're looking to start up again. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the 7th and the 14th for the last final, the round games, and then 2 finals. Is it? Or 3?
3 weeks of playoffs. So the quarterfinals will be on the 21st, which might be a little tough for you.
Yeah. Nah. It depends what I do with NBL this year, because taking 6 weeks off again is going to be pretty difficult, especially if I have other work down here. So it's just about whether I can take that time off work or not. But hopefully I can play NBL. But if I can't, then it's just something I have to do.
Oh, so like
I want to play, depending on whether the boys want me to play or not. We'll see.
Is it for the NBL? Do you have to stay up in Auckland for the 6 weeks, or can you actually travel? Can you come back?
No, you have to live there. I think you get a 4-day break at the end of week 3, maybe. But that's all you get. You got to stay up there, live up there, do everything up there. So yeah.
Is that because they're trying to keep you from getting infected, or is it just like
they're trying to isolate it, and then again, probably cost then of flying in and out for 3 games a week. Like, be tough.
Oh yeah, there's not many flights anyway, domestic flights right now. Anyway. So.
Nah, I don't really want to be driving from here to Auckland 3 times a week.
It's only 9 hours, man. Come on, you can handle that. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for joining us today. It was a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully we'll either see you playing in NBL or see you at Alpha soon and watching you make those nice passes to everyone. All right?
All right, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot. Take care, man.